In this changed America, the Army has taken over the government, and the whole country has become an oppressive system. A man who is called a major, he controls everything. After a while, the government starts a dangerous competition which is called Long Walk. The one who wins this competition gets fame, money, and a chance to fulfill such a desire that he wants. This whole event is shown live on TV, and this is the only way for poor people to change their lives. Many people write their names for this competition themselves, and 50 people are chosen through the lottery. Only one boy is selected from the main state, Ray, who is going to leave his mother Ginny for the event. The atmosphere in the car is very quiet and full of tension. Ginny wants Ray to change his decision, but Ray says that now this is the decision of his life. When they reach the place, Ginny hugs him tightly and cries and says goodbye. Ray then goes inside the gate and meets a boy named Peter who is very friendly. The other participants also look friendly. Everyone is talking to each other and waiting for the event to start. A boy named Curly keeps roaming here and there. It can be seen from his face that he is nervous. He says that he is 18 years old, but no one believes him. After a while, the major comes. He gives a metal tag to every boy in which his number is written and says that now you all have become men. Then he gives a long speech. He says that Long Walk was made so that hard work and passion can be brought back in people, because after the war, the condition of the country was bad. Production increases every year after this event. So the major thinks that the real problem of the country is the laziness of the people. When he speaks, all the participants are given bracelets that check their walking speed. Then the major tells the rules that everyone has to walk as long as only one person is alive. Because there is no finish line of this race. They have to keep a speed of 3 miles per hour. If someone walks less than this, he gets a warning. If he can't make speed for 10 seconds, he gets a second warning. And after the third warning, he is shot immediately. If someone steps out of the road, he is shot without warning. The major finishes his speech, cheers everyone up, and starts the competition by shooting in the air. The boys start walking, and the military trucks follow them and record everything. The area seems empty and sad because people are allowed to see only the last parts of the race. In the beginning, only those people stand who live near the road. A policeman salutes when the boys pass by, but Gary teases him and spits on the ground. In the beginning, all the boys are quiet and serious, but by the time they reach 5 miles, everyone starts talking. Stebbins walks a little slowly, and as soon as he gets a warning, he immediately speeds up. The other boys start thinking if this was his trick to test the limits. A stone sticks to Gary's shoe, so he stops, and the army immediately starts giving him warnings. After the third warning, a soldier is about to shoot, but Gary starts walking in the last moment wearing his shoe again. Everyone else calls him a fool, but Gary says he did it to get some rest. By mile 7, everyone starts talking about the prize. Arthur says he's just here for the money, but Ray says things are more important than money. Everyone believes him. So Ray starts speaking against the system in anger. He says that the government shows them as if they are volunteering at will, but in reality the system has made them so poor and helpless that they have no other choice. Some boys say it's dangerous to say such things in front of the camera, but Peter is impressed by what he says and says that if he wins, he will invest this money in helping people. Then Peter smokes a cigarette. Hank tells him it's a bad idea, but Arthur asks him to share the cigarette. That's when Richard walks by. He writes everyone's name and number because he thinks he'll write a book on the long walk that will make him famous. Peter says it's a bad idea because if he wins, he'll be famous and rich anyway. After a while, Curly screams in pain. He has a cramp in his leg. He starts walking slowly, and the soldiers warn him. Ray and Peter try to hold him back and encourage him. Curly tries to walk with courage, but the pain increases so much that he falls to the ground. After the third warning, a soldier shoots him in the head. Seeing this, Ray is so shocked that he also starts walking slowly, and he also gets a warning. Then Peter pushes him and forces him to walk fast. After a while, Major comes back on the road and gives a speech for Curly. He says that a comrade has fallen and his bravery should be remembered. Ray asks a soldier to refill his canteen and touches his gun as a joke. At mile 17, they see a girl on the side of the road holding a sign and cheering for Ray. The other boys make fun of her that, look, she got her fan. Suddenly, a boy falls on the road. Soldiers warn him while Gary jumps on him and makes fun of him that he hid his disease. In a few seconds, the soldiers shoot that boy. Gary laughs and says that everyone be happy. One competitor is less. At mile 25, Gary starts bothering a boy Rank. First Rank ignores him, but when Gary abuses his mother, Rank attacks him in anger. Gary escapes all his punches, and Rank falls hard on the ground. He can't get up on time, and the soldiers shoot him too. The rest of them shout at Gary and say that it happened because of him, and they can't wait until it's Gary's turn. At mile 35, the major comes again and congratulates everyone for reaching the first night. His speech is full of nice words, as if he is doing a great job. Ray falls asleep and dreams of his mother. As soon as he falls asleep, the soldiers warn him and Peter wakes him up. On the way, everyone talks about their families. Ray falls asleep again and gets a second warning. He speeds up but falls down a few steps later and gets a third warning. Now he has to walk for the next 3 hours without making a mistake. Then the warnings will go away. Peter encourages him, but Ray shouts at him that he is just pretending. At this time, the group reaches a steep hill where it becomes difficult to walk. Everyone's feet hurt, many boys fall, and the soldiers shoot them. Ray tries to ignore all the deaths happening behind, but Gary's joke keeps echoing in his mind. Ray starts to faint again, but Peter catches him on time. Ray thanks him and apologizes for the first thing. By morning, they reach mile 69. After all the deaths that happened, only 18 players are left. Coming to mile 60, Hank is struggling to walk. Peter goes to help him, but Hank shouts at him in anger that "Leave me alone." Here, Richard's ankle is twisted, and he starts to walk slowly. Soldiers warn him, and Ray motivates him to walk a little more. But Richard's body does not support, and he falls to the ground. A soldier immediately shoots him in the head, and the two children standing nearby see everything. When the walk reaches 100 miles, the major comes back to congratulate everyone. At that time, a boy tries to run, but the soldiers immediately shoot him and drop him. At mile 103, the boys talk about their wish. Peter says that if he gets a chance, then he will ask for 2 people to win. Ray says that he wants to change the whole system, but the rest say that the rules of the country cannot be changed by the wish. Everyone gets irritated and in anger abuse the major and the competition. It starts to rain heavily by evening. Ray is fighting with sleep, so Peter drives him carefully. By morning, he reaches mile 144. Everyone keeps talking to forget tiredness. Ray then tells Peter about his father, that for him, his father was his hero. His father taught him things that the government had forbidden, like philosophy and ideas of freedom. The government called him a traitor. The major himself told his father to stop his studies and swear loyalty to the government, but he refused. He was immediately given death. Ray then reveals his secret, that he has come on a long walk so that he can win, and ask for a gun and kill the major. He says that the people who clap at us on both sides of the road, they are all shameless. They only enjoy seeing our pain. But Peter says that don't blame them. The system has made them like this. Everyone becomes silent till mile 170. A boy whose blood is coming out of his feet, he shouts and asks for help from the soldiers and tries to climb on a tank. The soldier pushes him hard and crushes his leg with the tank. He keeps shouting in pain but still keeps getting warnings, and in the end, he is shot in the head. Seeing this scene, another boy loses his mind. He takes off his clothes and runs from the road like a madman, and the soldiers shoot him too. By evening, they reach mile 201, and Hank stands with difficulty. Ray tries to encourage him, but Hank says that that's it. He goes back to the soldier's truck, and he is immediately shot. Arthur shouts in pain and runs to his friend and catches him, but the soldiers warn him too. Ray pulls him away so that he can survive. By morning, they reach mile 209, and now there are only 6 boys left. Everyone remembers that Hank had a wife, so everyone decides that whoever wins will give some of his reward to that woman. Gary is not involved in this, and he feels that everyone is ignoring him. He comes to Ray and tells him that Hank's rank is not going out of his mind. He says that his intention was never to get him killed. Gary apologizes, but still says that it was not his fault. He promises that if he also gives money to Hank's wife, then everyone will include him again in their group. While walking, Gary goes mad with guilt. He gets angry at the system and the major and shouts the rest of the patients. Then he moves forward, takes out a spoon, and kills himself. Soldiers still follow their procedure. They give warnings and then shoot him in the head. As they reach mile 260, the boys start singing songs to keep their mood. On the 5th day, they reach mile 278 and walk on that road, which leads to Ray's village. Kaylee says that Ray is lucky because he will get to see his mother, but Ray says that she is unfortunate and he will have to go away from her again. At mile 286, they pass by his village. Meanwhile, Ray's boot breaks. Arthur says that if both the shoes are separate, it will be difficult to walk, so Ray takes off both his shoes. Blood is coming out of his feet. Then he sees his mother Ginny far away. He can't control himself and runs towards her. Ginny gets scared and tells her to stay on the road. At the same time, he grabs Peter Ray's hand and pulls it and saves him from being shot. Ray says sorry to his mother from a distance and says that when he realizes that he has also become like his father, a man who lost in front of his emotions. While walking, Peter tells his story. His parents died during the war, and he was sent to his uncle's house. Uncle used to beat him every day until Peter was 10 years old. After that, he started living on the streets. He used to steal and fight and stay alive. One day, he was stabbed in a fight, and he went to the hospital. Since that day, he has promised himself that no matter how dark life is, he will always find light. If he wins, he will invest money in the help of orphans. At mile 306, Stephen says that now everyone should stop helping each other because as long as they are together, this war will never end. And everyone agrees. That's when Arthur's nose starts bleeding. Everyone acts as if they don't care. Kelly can't stand it. He gets angry and moves forward. He snatches a soldier's gun and shoots him. Everyone else keeps watching. Soldiers immediately shoot Kaylee too. But he wants to be the master of his own death, so he takes his own life. At mile 324, Arthur's nose starts bleeding. Peter and Ray take care of him. But Arthur knows that there is not much time left. He says, "If you win, give this locket to my grandma." And then he says, "Don't look back." He walks towards the truck, and the soldiers kill him. It's night. Only 3 people are left at mile 326. The major comes to him and keeps talking. Ray gets tired and abuses him, but the major has a smile on his face. He says, "This is the killer instinct you need to win." Then Stebbins reveals his secret. He is the major's son, and he wishes to live in his father's house, but his internal organs are failing. He says, "It was a matter of pride for me to walk with you both." Then he stops. Soldiers kill him too, and the major doesn't move at all. After a while, it starts raining. Ray says, "I used to be afraid of death, but I have seen so many boys die that I am not afraid now." At mile 331, the two reach a city where people are crazy and cheering for them. Peter stops and says, "I want to lose so that you can meet your mother." Ray says no. He tells him to walk. Then Peter keeps walking ahead, and Ray stops behind. Soldiers shoot Ray. Peter tries to save him again, but now he has won, and the soldiers pull him away. Ray falls down saying, "Mom, forgive me." The major comes and shoots him to end his story. Fireworks are falling in the sky. People are screaming. And Peter is broken. The major comes to him and says, "Congratulations," and the movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new video.